What it is, what it was, what it could be, y'all. Welcome back to Disc Golf Justice. If you didn't catch Jade and I's front round, I'll put that up here somewhere. But this past Saturday was a 2023 New South Wales Doubles Championships, and Jade and I are competing in the MPO division. The first round was alternate shot doubles, which was a lot of pressure on me because I know I'm not an MPO. But the second round is best shot doubles. We had a really fun lead card for round two. We had Mario and Tunji who shot lights out. Everyone in the Sydney area knows those two combined is a pretty lethal combo. It's just when they get going, like, they're very, very good and they're hard to stop. But I also had Jade Brady on my team. All I had to do was get on the Brady train. So round two, since we were on the lead card, we're starting on hole one, which is the new hole, one of the new layouts. It is 276 feet, par 3. Mandel left to that big tree over there. I take the best disc in the game, the Couture, and throw an absolute beautiful forehand. It was a really clean release. I was quite happy with that one. I got a big flare skip, but Jay said, "Hey buddy, I got a thing or two I can show you. I got the best turnover game in the game. I don't care if you got the best disc in the game. I got the best talent in the country." And we end up, even though mine's parked, we end up taking his because this is even more parked. Hole 2 is normal hole 10, 358 feet. OB left of the trees, OB right of the trees. I execute the shot perfectly. At this point, I'm not upset with myself. It did go OB, and I dang near it kicked off a tree and almost hit some people over there accidentally. But I threw the shot exactly how I wanted. That was 100% making the wrong choice with the disc. That's the Wild Honey, once again being way flippier than I freaking intend or need. But Jade saves me with a freaking smash right down the middle, right down the gut. And we go 2 for 2, baby. I dropped that bird in there. He left me at my scary range. But the fact knowing, it was like a placebo effect. I putted first for us all day. Knowing I have Jade Brady behind me just gave me confidence that I could make any putt. Or like I could run everything without fail because I have him, right behind me. But then I go on kind of a crap throwing spree here for like 2 or 3 holes. And I don't have any good shots off the tee. Jade throws a turnover that gets caught up and doesn't quite turn over all the way. C2 specialist, but I don't get this one to go. Unfortunately, drop it a little bit too low. Jade got the full green light because mine stayed right by the basket. It's quite a downhill putt. And oh my gosh, does that look like it's not going to drop in there? Somehow doesn't do it. Doinks off the top. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to take a par. And they had Mario and Tunji had a pretty poor tee shot, but Tunji just drained a C2 putt. He was draining C2 putts all day, just like I was. Like they had a really good combo, whereas Mario was throwing really well off the tee and Tunji was putting really well. But then we kind of had the same combo as well, where Jade was throwing really well off the tee and I was putting really well. This one sneaks through there, leaving us with a C2 putt right in my money range. Though I told him, don't worry. Cash. Yeah. I ended up throwing the best disc in the game actually on that hole, but it wasn't the disc fault. That was me. That was 110% me, and mine got caught up in a tree. Hole 5, 335 feet. Downhill, OB to the left. I take my pink eye out, smash it underneath the gap, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. Gets caught in the last and only possible branch that it could get caught in from being the most beautiful shot you ever seen. Unfortunately drops us down. Jade tries to do the same thing, but unfortunately doesn't get it low enough. That's the thing. It's hard to keep it that low without turfing it. So we end up still taking mine. C2 putt, but the branches from that like pine tree hang down and block the basket, so you kind of gotta ante it in there. I give it a solid run, put us right next to us. Jade's got the green light, he's lining it up, kabang. I'm telling you, this thing is definitely, it's either going in or it's going over the basket. I can't really tell, but it gets caught in those trees. Does neither. We take a par. I'm pretty sure they take the birdie there. Mario and Tunji were fighting us all day. I think we all know what's about to happen at this hole again with me. Just haven't Haven't been able to do this hole in a while. It's been a while. I used to hit it all the time. Now I can never hit it. It made, honestly, Jade missing this, he didn't necessarily miss it. He hit it. But it made me feel better because I missed it all day. So I was like, at least Jade also missed it. I throw my zone, but we have a bit of a headwind. It doesn't fade as much as I expected it to. But I also should have put it on more hyzer as an approach. Like, watch Jade. Jade puts it on full hyzer, puts it right by the basket. I mean, you probably wanted to throw that in, but drop in par. I think they might have actually taken a birdie there as well. They had a really big putt. Tunji was freaking on a mission with the putter, and Mario was throwing really, really well. I throw another good shot off the tee that Jade gets in the way here, but it gets literally stuck in this tiny tree. You can't hardly even see it on camera. There's this one tiny tree down there in the fairway, and it gets stuck in the tree. Like, I had to shake it out. Jade throws a shot. Luckily, cut rolls a bit in front of the Mando. Kind of an awkward shot for me. I take the felon. I've been having issues with the felon all tournament, slipping out of my hand. For some reason, my hands were super sweaty all day, and no matter how much chalk I was putting on them, the felon just kept, I was losing confidence in it because it kept slipping out of my hand. But then Jade throws this crazy flippy disc that was about to curl around the basket, does a roller, but it got but it hit this tree, leaving us with a circle's edge putt. Bang. Pretty much no chains that one. That's a huge birdie there. That was a huge birdie putt, especially since I threw like 2 pretty poor shots in a row. I wanted to a little bit of redemption time. Hole 8, 246 feet, taking the Pathfinder. I'm trying to go a low power, like nose uppy shot, and I pretty much hit it exactly how I want to. Nearly freaking ace it off of hitting the tree. That would have had too many beans on it. Would have went way long, but that tree caught it. Nearly freaking ace. It blew my mind. Jade's got the green light. It was a beautiful flight, but yeah, too long. Bang. That's a bird right there. But they also took a bird, so we're freaking fighting, people. We in the ring. 2v2. Who wants some more? You know what I'm taking right here. You know what I'm throwing. Best disc in the game. Big hyzer. Big skip. And the 2 holes in a row, I almost aced. That went just in front of chains. We got down there. When we get down there, yeah, my disc went just in front of chains. So that was 2 holes in a row where I nearly aced. Jade, unfortunately, trying to do the turnover line, and yeah, just gets caught up in the tree there. I'll give him. I don't think I put some claps in there. Here you go, Jade. You get some claps. I'll give you a clap. We take my shot. I'm telling you, man, this thing had to skip just in front of. That would have been a skip ace too. Bang. That's a bird. That's a bird right there. A solo bird too, mind you. Thank you. They making fun of my putt. You can make fun of all you want to, man. That thing going in, ain't it? Hole 10. Let her rip. We got a tailwind, so I would normally put this on some hyzer, but I thought the tailwind would stable it up. I absolutely smashed this thing. This thing went all the way down there. This is a 502-foot hole. It's downhill, drastically downhill, to be fair. And like I said, we had a bit of a tailwind. But my disc was pin high. It was just way the frick over to the right because it turned over. So that was probably a 500-foot shot or roundabout. Jade throwing the perfect shot, just a bit short. It's shorter than you wanted because we really wanted to get this eagle. At this point, I think we have a 1-stroke lead, if that. It might have been tied at this point as well. C2 specialist, long range, just in front of chains. I wanted that one, but it sits pretty nicely right by the basket. Jade's got the green light, lets it rip. I went left, he went right. At least we were learning from each other's mistakes, you know what I mean? Easy birdie. For some reason, we left this hole frustrated, even though we birdied it. It's just because the whole weekend we thought we were gonna get the eagle on that hole at some point, and we never did. Hole 11. I'm going get freakies on this time, so it sits a little bit better. Put it on more hyzer. Gets around the corner. And it's actually a pretty good shot, leaving us 6-meter putt, 5-meter putt. I must not have recorded Jade's shot or something, Boom. It's another solo bird there. Neg 8. It's a solid round, but I think they're neg 9 at the moment. So I think we still are ahead by 1 stroke at this point. Hole 12, 256 feet. As you can see, the tee pad goes down, but then the hill goes up. I knew that this was going to happen before it happened, and that's probably why it happened. You know, what's happening? Jade, save us. And he does. He throws a frickin'... What did I tell you about his turnover game? The most beautiful turnover putter. Specialist. If I got the C2 specialist badge, he got the turnover specialist badge on gold mode. You know what I'm saying? But the plan was have me putt first all day. And I took that one. Bang. Straight to the bank. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I think that put us back up by 2 strokes possibly. Hole 13, my favorite hole on the course. But unfortunately, I put it on a smidge too much hyzer and send it off to the right, and that's gonna be a C2 putt. Not by much, it's just outside a circle, but it's a C2 putt. Jade trying to match his shot from the round 1 where he nearly aced it, and it's a beautiful looking line, but then he gets a big skip and goes right next to mine. We end up taking his. Mine was a little bit further away from the basket. His is like circle's edge. And this is one of those putts where I'd also like to get back. Like, I'm not too upset with missing that one because, like I said, you can't make them all. But I'd like to make that one for sure. I thought Jade had this one in the bag. He sent it over right on line, but just right over the basket as well. So we're going to have to take a par. And then, of course, Tunji had drained the putt there to bring it back to just 1 stroke. Hole 14, 400 feet, par 3. OB behind the basket and to the left. I throw my Undertaker, and I just throw it too low. I was having an issue, like I said, all day with some grip. My hands were really sweaty, and that one slipped out a bit. But, yeah. I'm like, Jade, save me. And he does. Throws a frickin' just a laser on a rope down there. We're telling it to sit, but now in hindsight, we wanted it to push. Because, yeah, it's deceiving back there. It looks like it's closer than it is. And I spank it off the top. Luckily, it stays in bounds. The OB is the tree line, but even if it was a long grass, that's still in bounds regardless. But Jade just completely misses that one. Tries to hit my disc out of bounds. And then I left this bit in there because my battery died, and I didn't actually get us tapping in the par there. So I just wanted to let everyone know that we did indeed get the par. Anyways, hole 15, I throw a shocker right off the tee. Honestly, it could have been all right. I was just afraid of going left, like I said in the first round when I threw the Pathfinder and shanked it off to the right. So this time I was like, I'll take left out of the equation, throw a forehand. But then I shanked the forehand off to the left right into... right where you don't want to be anyways. But Jade throws a pretty nice turnover. It's just quite a bit short, unfortunately. And I had just got big putted. Tunji again hit another C2 putt to apply some pressure right in front of us. And I knew that was one of those putts that were straight out the hand. I knew it wasn't going in. I said, yeah, dang it. And Jade also missed the putt, too. I think I forgot to record it. Hole 16, island hole. I throw the get freaky zone. Nearly aces again. Probably, I honestly don't remember, but I remember it going long, and we thought it went OB off the tee. So Jade throws a putter, and I'm thinking it's going OB when he throws it, but for somehow it just like never faded the entire time. We end up taking mine, though. It didn't go OB. I probably would have took Jade's. They looked about equal distance, but Jade's, I feel like you could get better footing. But he said take mine, so we took mine, and I made mine. Hole 17, I needed redemption from round 1. I didn't get it on camera, but I just freaking turfed it, and it was alternate shot. So I was like, sorry, Jade. Throw the Katuku this time because I was having grip issues with the Felon. Comes up a bit short. It's probably circle's edge, a C2er for sure. You know, it's a stepper. So Jade diss up a bit. I think he's throwing like my version, whatever he's throwing like a Felon. But he doesn't throw Felon, so some other Felon type disc. Goes a bit long. We end up taking his, though. It's like a circle's edge putt. Mine was definitely C2. He had a better look. I'm lining it up, licking my chops. Bang. Dead center. Neg 11. And that was a huge putt because they then missed theirs. So I think we were tied back up at this point. So last hole, 305 feet. In the practice round, I took my river and powered down on it and threw a hyzer flip. And I tried to do that same thing here. Throw the most beautiful shot. It's just the wrong disc, man. The river's too flippy. I should have known. The river's too touchy to try. Like, I was trying to power down on it so it wouldn't turn over. But that turned over and went OB. So we're looking at Jade's to save us, but he kind of makes the same mistake as round one, where I told him this is the only skippy hole that there is, and he puts us for C2. We need to make this putt, because if we miss this putt and Mario and Tunji make their putt, we have to go into a playoff. So we have to make this putt, and they threw a pretty decent shot. They have a better look than we do. C2, where I line it up, but guess what? Bang, ice in the veins, boy. And I'm telling them, I'm letting them know. And look at this, Mario and Tunji. Mario lines it up. If he makes this, bang, which he does. And if we had missed that, if I missed that putt and Jade also misses it, which Jade probably would have made it as well, let's be honest. If we miss that putt and Mario and Tunji make that putt, we go to a playoff. And who's to say we could have still very well won, but we could have very well lost. So I feel like that was a really big putt. I made some clutch putts this tournament, well, I'm very happy with. Didn't throw too hot. I wasn't throwing that well. Wasn't throwing horrible, but I just wasn't throwing that well. Jade was definitely saving us off the tee box more times than I can count. But again, just want to say a massive thank you to Jade for coming up and carrying us to the finish line. I want to say massive thank you to the Sydney Disc Golf Club for hosting the tournament. It was really awesome. We had over 70 people there. Really cool. And ultimately, that's 2 tournament wins in a row for me, and 2-0 since I put the RPM Katori in the bag. So I'm just telling y'all, best disc in the game. If you haven't got it by now, you just don't want to win. It's statistically proven. But if y'all like the video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Maybe he doesn't edit his videos.
So I can be